All right, hello world. Another amazing edition of Sports and Tacos coming at you. All right, Sports and Tacos coming at you once again. I'm your host, Spencer Cadigan. We have all the usual co-hosts on tonight. We got Alex G. Uniginzel, Robert Humphreys, Tony Pantoja coming live from Denver. G Unit, you're in Nashville, right?
I sure am. Nashville, Tennessee.
These days we actually have an engineer and one of our co-producers, Mr. Jason Glantz. And the one and only Chicago Bear legend Doug Plank on the show with us tonight. Also, I think Greg Vaughn's supposed to be hopping on here shortly. I found this cool little video, Doug. I'm gonna play real quick. Just of it's kind of like Doug Plank's greatest hits that were out on YouTube. It's pretty sweet. Dude, that is the coolest.
That's awesome.
No, great hit stuff. You know dang well if that was today, you'd have been flagged on about 80% of those.
You know what? When I look at that, I go, "Oh my gosh! Thank God that didn't happen last week."
Oh man,
you know, what I didn't like.
Yes.
Yeah, when the NFL penalized you, they took more money than you made that week. I mean, how could that happen? I don't mind giving up my salary, but come on, guys. I got to play like 2 or 3 games to pay a fine off. I mean, unfair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You were a hard-hitting free safety back in the day, Doug. So, hey, you know, one thing I have always forgot to ask you when you're on the show. You went to Ohio State, right, Doug?
Yes, I did.
Did you play with Randy Gradishar? Or did you know Randy Gradishar?
Randy was an incredible person. He was a greater person off the field than he was on the field. And he was smart. He never made mistakes. He was tall. He was a great leader. Randy deserved being in the Hall of Fame even sooner than he just got inducted. But you couldn't ask for a greater teammate.
Did he finally make it?
Yes, he did.
Oh, I think it was last year. When did they announce that? Was it last year?
He just made it. Yeah.
He's coming up here this year. Yeah.
This got to be because they've been going at that for like 25. He's a friend of my Uncle Frank's. That's why I bring that up. And you know, everybody who's a true hardcore Broncos fan knows Randy Gradishar has needed to be in the Hall of Fame for a long time. He just, he was part of the teams that didn't win they didn't get any Super Bowl rings back then. And it's like, if you didn't get a ring, and once Floyd Little got in, Randy Gradishar absolutely deserved to be in,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they had a tremendous defense, and he headed up that, was it Red Crush, I think it was called. And they were a swarm. There was a swarm technique back then, by the Broncos. And, then the other thing was you went up and played in a Mile High Stadium. Oh my gosh, your breath was gone like within 5 minutes. You could barely breathe. There was no oxygen up there.
We know. We're born and raised there.
Yeah, I don't care how good a shape you were in. You go up there after coming out of the Midwest, look out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of crazy, especially living like in LA. I run, and I can run, whatever, 2, 3, 4, 5 miles here in Los Angeles, no problem. If I go back home, like one time around like Wash Park, which is 2 miles at altitude, and I'm just sucking air, especially if it's winter.
You know what's great about running in LA though? Someone is chasing you. So it doesn't seem like it's that bad. You're running for your life because you know somebody behind you wants a piece of yours.
Yes, I've got news for you. You are mine now. You belong to me.
Right. That's what happens in Los Angeles. So anyways, Doug, while we got you on the show today, we want to talk NFL stuff. I want to talk Chicago Bears and basically the NFL draft, so Justin Fields is no longer a Chicago Bear. All right. Is that right, guys? That's all done and official, right?
Chicago Bears more.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on, because Justin Fields, how many years did they give him? Was he there for 2 years?
I think this year was third year, I feel like.
Was this his third year?
I don't think
but he was hurt for time though.
I thought they didn't measure it in years. They were measuring it in sacks.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He had 40 sacks. How about the first game he played for the Bears? He was sacked 8 times. Now that's like taking somebody over to the dunk tank and dunking them 10 times in a birthday party or something like that. You know what? It isn't fun after a while. You saw that little film that I did. Some of those guys, I was choking those guys and rubbing their helmet right into the field, the AstroTurf. Hey, listen, it wasn't fun. Some of those quarterbacks did not come back into the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think 8 sacks in the first game of your career in the NFL. I'm sorry, it cannot be just your mistake. Not after how he was a quick kid. He could run. He could get out of the pocket. And I think, that was win-win for everybody. He was out of town, and now everybody thinks, the savior is going to come into Chicago, and dun-da-dun-da-da, it's going to be 1985 again, and here we go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what, so are you, Doug, are you in agreement that, of course, you got to take Caleb Williams, but what are your thoughts on Caleb Williams and, I don't know, just Justin Fields, he I don't know, guys, like, he wasn't horrible and he was getting better, progressively better. I know that they're the first pick of the draft. I don't know where I'm going. Caleb,
go right there. If Justin Fields was having that much of a hard time with the offensive line right there, getting sacked, I said, what on him? He's a quick guy, like you said, Doug. He's a quick guy that can escape stuff. But if you're getting sacked that many times, that's got to go with the offensive line for the most part. Caleb Williams is a lot less athletic than Justin Fields is. Is that really going to measure up right there? Or they got to bust their ass on the offseason and get some offensive help right there for the line, I figure. But
I see what Bama's talking about and everything. And most of it I agree with. The difference is size. Difference is everything. We've been noticing this the past couple of years about NFL. Size, I guess, is everything, because you know what? When you're running for your life, She's asked my Broncos. Oh my gosh. But we could still go deeper. Oh my gosh. But at the same time, I liked what Bama, how he worded it and everything. But hey, Caleb, he's got the height. He's definitely got the strength, and he has the maneuvers to get out. He's no Justin Fields on speed, but I think he can get the job done, including what team that he has right now and what he's going to get in that draft.
Yeah, true. Hey, Doug, Greg Vaughn,
hi, Greg.
baseball superstar Greg Vaughn just joined us, Doug. Real quick, we're gonna run Greg's. I made a little cool intro for you here, Greg. Mr. Greg.
Sorry, I had to watch Caitlin. I had to watch it. Sorry.
Greg, I thought you were bench pressing.
I was going Iowa, baby.
Yeah.
Is this heaven? No, it's Iowa.
All right, so Greg Vaughn.
This one is hit deep down the left field line. It might be, and it is number 50 for Greg Vaughn.
Our next nominee, Greg Vaughn, broke Cammy's team homer record when he went deep 50 times for the eventual National League change.
Boom.
Dang, that was impressive. Thank you. That makes me want to play again.
Yeah.
Not really. I just
No.
got out of my truck and my back hurts. So
I understand, but Mr. Greg Vaughn, super power hitter extraordinaire, is part of Sports and Tacos nowadays, Doug. So, Greg, we were just talking about the NFL draft since we have Doug on. And actually, maybe after this first segment, we'll do a little backstory for you, Doug, just because Greg's never met you. But so Doug played for the Chicago Bears for a long time, and we were just talking about how the Bears traded Justin Fields, correct, guys?
you gave him away, whatever you want to say.
Basically, same difference, but
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
for Caleb Williams. And I guess I was just thinking about like the Cleveland Browns over the years, and no matter how sure of a number one like superstar prospect and a number one pick is, like without an offensive, think about how many number one or first round draft picks the Cleveland Browns have had over the last like 30 years that have gone on to do basically nothing. And a lot of times I don't even necessarily think it's the player. It's just as much on the bad organization that they went to. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Well, if you're asking me, who picks first? The team that's not very good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Justin Fields, I would, like I said, I've never had a bad day since I retired. You know what I mean? Since 2004, every day is a good day. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's easy from the couch, but Justin Fields, I mean, to me, he's still young. I mean,
I know.
He has so many offensive coordinators. He, you have to have a system. And to me, if I draft a guy, I'm adapting my system to that guy. I'm not going to make that guy change the whole system and maybe get it or don't get it. But you have to look at the Bears, though. For some reason, being a California kid, I always loved the Bears. I'm 49ers first. 49ers first. 49ers first, but the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because I don't think they gave him a shot. You know what I mean? He played better last year,
Mm-hmm.
but he was hurt a little bit. But, I mean, the Bears are going to be good. Cleveland, you have to be bad before you can be good sometimes. And, unfortunately, that's been the Bears' motto. They have, Lance Briggs is from my hometown. I can't wait for him to get in Canton, Ohio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's the beast. You know what? I'm glad he went to Mike Tomlin, though. I think he went to the right guy. You know what I mean? I think, but he never got a chance to play with electrifying players. It's the same thing with the kid in Carolina.
A good offensive line.
But the offensive line, but too. You know what? Who am I going to throw a 3-yard? A 10-yard slant to? You know what I mean? I got to get it out of my hand. Who am I going to throw it to?
Yep.
The kid in Carolina too. Alan Thielen, a great player for a long time. But if he's your number one, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sometimes these kids, I always said, even in baseball, we have to put them in position to succeed, not fail. And you think about it, Troy Aikman failed, Peyton Manning failed, Eli failed. They all failed for a little bit, but back then it was, like I used the word constructive criticism, and you give them time to mature and to get through it. Now social media, I guess Prime and whatever else, ESPN 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever we're watching on,
Right.
no one has time to develop anymore. In baseball, they're rushing kids up to the big leagues that weren't taught by anybody. So you're going to get a bad product.
Mm-hmm. Well, so Doug, I don't know. Are you excited about Bears football moving forward with just because of Caleb Williams?
You know what? And nothing against Caleb, because I think he's a fine prospect and he could really be great. But there's so many other factors playing into that. I think the fans are just so frustrated right now. They're back into that 70s mode in Chicago where nothing was getting done. They had you had some great players, Gale Sayers and Dick Butkus running around, who could possibly arguably been the best player at their offense and defense, but they had a team that went nowhere. They had leadership that went nowhere. And I coached for 11 years. I'm not saying I know it all. I don't know it all. I coached in the arena football with Danny White, former Cowboy quarterback, with the Falcons, with the Jets, with Ohio State. And I got a firsthand look at, just behind the curtain. And I played also at Ohio State with the Bears. But you see who wants to play and who doesn't want to play. And I don't care what coach you have. And I have a lot of respect for Kyle Shanahan. Let me just put it right on the line right now, because I think he makes quarterbacks. He takes them into something that make them Mr. Irrelevant. They become relevant. And it's just too bad Justin Fields didn't have somebody like that in leadership role for him, telling him what to do and giving him suggestions and recommendations. I think that whole situation in Chicago would have been a lot different. And coaching does matter. Let me just say that, guys. I've been in situations where I wasn't coached. That they said, you go coach yourself. I would go watch my off hours and figure out what my game plan was going to be, how I was going to attack people, who I was going to go after, all that. And that should have been the coach's responsibility. I self-taught myself. And I never played free safety until I got to the Chicago Bears. And they had their starter, they got hurt in training camp. And Jack Pardee, our head coach, said, if any of you guys ever played free safety, and I never played free safety in my life, I put my hand up. I said, Coach, I played that for 10 years. I know anything about it. I didn't know anything about it. I would watch film in between practices. What the heck does the free safety do? By the time my rookie training camp was over, I'm the starting free safety for the Chicago Bears after I had sat on the bench for Ohio State for 4 years. I mean, it's an incredible story. I mean, somebody along the line should have said, Doug, I'm going to take you under my arm and I'm going to tell you what to do. And I'm going to show you how to be a leader, how to command other people's attention. It never happened. I was working on my own, and it was a crazy ride. But you know what? Everything's out there that if you really, really want it, hopefully there's a coach, there ultimately like a Mike Ditka that comes along who's fire and brimstone, and he will not accept anything less than 100% of the time. And he's going to punch you, hit you, kick you, used to be anyway.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, that team got in line so fast. It was a bunch of misfits, it was a late lolly ship, a good ship lollipop. I'll tell you, everything was a good deal. We were wokey woke, all friends, going into halftime on the telephone in games. We're calling our girlfriends and wives in the halftime of the game.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's funny. Oh, that's great. Okay, well, so
Six.
honey, bring home milk. Bring home milk.
Bring home a win.
It might not have been. It might not have been honey though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It might have been.
Who knows? Okay, so guys, we're gonna try and structure the show from now on. Kind of. We're gonna take a quick break. Then we're gonna come back, and we all have favorite football teams. Basically, we're gonna make our predictions as to what our football team is going to do in the draft. Then we're going to move on. I want to get a little bit of your backstory, like growing up, Doug, just so Greg can kind of get to know you.
I already got it. It's the same era. Badass. Whatever you had to do.
Oh, yeah.
You raise your hand.
Yep,
you know what?
Exactly.
It's just a play. It's a player.
Yep.
Charles Barkley said to my son one time playing basketball. He said, "What position you play?" He says, "Hey, I'm a 4." Charles says, You're my height. How about just being a basketball? Be a point guard, be a center, be all of it. Be a basketball player, And so I respect what Doug. Hey, you raise your hand. Shit. I mean, what do you have to lose? You know what do you have to lose?
Okay.
I mean, okay, I'll be quiet. I can't
No. I totally get it. That's what I love. It's like the grinder, the old school, especially way of doing things.
Yep.
Anyways, okay, we're just gonna take like a 1 minute break for our sponsors real quick. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna basically make our draft predictions for our teams. So, like 1 minute. We'll be back.
All right, this is Sports and Tacos. We got freaks out there. We got 4 of them. We got 5 of them. We got special guests. We got a man in the shower. We got a brainiac. We got a guy that looks like he's supposed to be on Sports Center. And then you got me. It's all about the TMP, Sports and Tacos.
Perfect. Sports and Tacos. Okay, cool. And I want to give a shout out to Doug and Megan Johnson, Zaccaro. They do a podcast also called Sports and Shopping. Super great podcast. Always love having Doug and Megan on the show. Go check out Sports and Shopping. I know you guys are on Instagram. Go follow them on it's Doug Plank and Megan Zaccaro on Instagram that I know of. Do you know where else Sports and Shopping is, Doug? I know Megan's supposed to be hopping on here as soon as she can. But go check out Sports and Shopping. And we'll give a shout out also while we're here to Mr. Eric Zulli and Easy Way Network for helping us do all kinds of stuff on the show. And we'll get back into it. So me and Tony, obviously we're Broncos fans. G Unit. You are the least needed football fan on the show for new talent because your Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl all the time now. But G Unit, what do you think? What position player, if you were Andy Reid, do you think you would pick in the draft? Where do you think the Kansas City Chiefs could get better if that's even possible?
Put me in the spotlight. I'm gonna say running backs. We already got Kelsey for tight end. We need running backs and wide receivers. I feel like he's just focusing. He's gonna focus on the Texas boys because Mahomes is from Texas.
Yeah. You guys, that's kind of a scary thought if you think about it, that the Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs need to upgrade their offense.
Yeah.
That's nuts. So what are your guys' thoughts of Patrick Mahomes with like a first round wide receiver?
They definitely need to run.
Yeah. I know that's what's so crazy. They won the freaking Super Bowl. That's what they have. God,
but also they might lose a wide receiver too, so they got to replace him.
I get it. They lost Tyreek a couple years ago, and they've gone on.
Rice is
a little bit.
Yeah,
they might need 2 wide receivers.
This is right there. This whole town around, Dallas, Texas. Yeah, Rashid Rice is in a little bit of trouble right now. So
I know that's what I saw.
Yeah. So, Tony, our beloved Denver Broncos.
Tony should go last because you don't have enough time.
That's true. Okay. That's true.
I love
you. Tony, what do you think the Broncos are there going to be any quarterbacks left by the time we pick?
Well, they're looking at mix. They're looking at a couple players. The one I'm really shooting for, and you know what? One thing about Coach Payton, he's never drafted a quarterback in the first round. He has never done it in his career. And I think this is the year that, I hate to say it, I think we're going to lose Surtain for defense to give up to get to that first round so we can pick up a J.J. McCarthy from Michigan.
So you're saying do the trade like for Arizona or something like that?
Yeah, I'm thinking that we're going to have to do some gusto because, you know what, 5th, 6th round, let's go offensive and defensive line. We need that. We got rid of some people this season, and also it just happens they leave. It just hurts. I've been saying that for years. It hurts.
Well, it's 8
But this
straight
year,
losing seasons.
Start winning. How about that?
I'm game on that, man. No preseason wins, real wins.
Yeah, I get it.
So
So,
that's the draft. So who you want McCarthy?
Yeah.
you think that they're going to make they would trade? I mean, I get it.
I've been hearing Bo Nix coming to the Broncos.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Man,
I like people that have had some adversity a little bit. You know what I mean? Because that's a true character builder. So I mean, if you don't pick in the first round, the kid from Tennessee is a beast.
I like to
He's
do
a freaking beast. And the kid that has had, unfortunately, 4 ACL surgeries in Washington. I mean, he's motivated. He's playing for something. You have to play for something. Something has to, you know, like Doug, he just said, I went from sitting on the bench to the starting free safety. So it's something has to fuel you. You know what I mean? I don't want a kid that jumped in the stands when he lost the game and hugged his mama. I'm good. You know what I mean? I want, you know, that person that someone says he can't do something, he has a chip on his shoulder. You have to play for something.
Yeah. I said Joe Bell was going to be the steal of the draft, Greg, this year. I said the Tennessee boy, he is going to be the steal of the draft. Somebody gets him like second, third round, something like that. That will be the steal of the draft right there.
Him and the Washington kid, he can spin it, man. If you don't put that kid from Washington, can spin it. So, I mean, but you know, it goes back to, like I said, I haven't had a bad day since I've been sitting on my couch. It's how do you get Justin Fields for a 6th-round pick?
I know.
And
it's crazy.
And Pittsburgh got him. I mean, you can't think of at least 8, 9, 10 teams. 10 teams
think
that
about
can't use him right now.
Wouldn't it be crazy, you know, like, and then using that as an example, if all of a sudden something happens this year and Trey Lance gets a legit shot and becomes what he was supposed to be, you know? Like, I just wonder with certain players, you know, occasionally, and then kind of like, well, I mean, Baker's maybe not a great example, but sometimes a guy that you think is a bust doesn't become a bust, you know? So
well, I mean, look at the kid in Seattle too. It's the same thing. And I mean, you got a pro.
Oh my
right?
God,
you got Doug. I mean, he's there.
Mm-hmm.
For a quarterback, it's different than baseball. But for a quarter, the system makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
The system makes a
difference. Totally.
Yeah, I mean, everybody can't. You can't plug and play everybody in every system. You know what I mean? It's.
Yeah.
I mean,
See what you guys are talking about on that. You know, sorry to interrupt on this, but you guys are talking about all these new quarterbacks that are coming out right now, but you guys forgot one. He won the Heisman Trophy this year, the guy from LSU.
That's a given. That's a given.
Yeah, I think this is the step that, you know what? Everybody's saying USC boys going to Chicago. You know what? I actually maybe not that. I think LSU might have a chance at that because he fits all their terms. He's rough and tough. He's a big guy. He likes to play in the middle. And on top of it, that boy can throw the damn ball. You know, he's a smart character. You know, but, you know, you're also talking about some older folks. Look at, once again, Russell Wilson going to Pittsburgh. He did sign that $1 million contract, stating, I want to be a starter. But you know what? Coach Tomlin.
He's going to kick ass in Pittsburgh.
Watch. He's going to probably do good, but once he starts shutting up, he does have a second string called, you know, he came from Chicago, and I think he could do good.
Trubisky's no longer on the team. He got released. You got Mason Rudolph, and that's it. Pick his cone.
They got, you know, we'll see what happens. But no, I love all these ideas of how you guys are talking about the quarterbacks, the older and the younger, this and that. But you know what? It's all anymore. We've been finding out year after year. It's the offensive line that saves that quarterback to make a quarterback a quarterback. It just hurts.
Okay, Bama. What you know, if you're John Harbaugh, what do you do? What do we need? You know, what are you doing with the Ravens?
I mean, it's simple, man. It's pretty much all together to start with, but we did lose a couple of linebackers defensive right there. But my first, honestly, you just got Derrick Henry on the free agent list. You got the best running back now in football. You got the best running back and quarterback in football right now.
Whoa. CMC, hey, the best running back. Hey, your boy's a beast.
Derrick Henry all day.
For your division, you're absolutely right. Henry's a beast. But hey,
I know you got McCaffrey, but McCaffrey's not really a running back. He's kind of like one of those.
They got Debo too, though. They got Debo as well. I mean,
we're talking running back. We're talking running back. Running back.
Yeah, but Debo runs. Don't they give Debo like 10?
Yeah, but that's too many. That's too many.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they mainly did that when McCaffrey's not feeling too well, probably.
No, I guess it's true, but
no, it's really not true. Debo runs the ball good when I ran with him. He's definitely a good goal line runner right there for sure. Yes. Give me some offensive line right there. Give me a couple of guards for Baltimore. That not so sexy late first round pick right there. But for my second round, I definitely want another receiver, man. I need another receiver to help out right there, and I'd love to get a linebacker to help for Patrick Queen leaving, and give us a little bit of help right there.
Defense wins championships. So you got defense.
Back right there.
It does.
Hey, Tony, I have a question. Doug, usually I don't talk this much, but I would
do it.
That's okay. I love it.
No, but I'm just saying it's the offensive line, but quarterbacks hold the ball too long, man. Every quarterback can't get it out. I mean, you got to be able to process it and get out of your hand. You know what I mean? If you look back and you look at tape, the guy's open and they throw it to somebody. They don't make that first read and they end up taking a sack. You know what I mean? It's
true. But if you treat it like arena football, you know how you have a couple seconds in arena football. It's 1-2. You throw the ball.
Okay.
And NFL, it's 2-3, and you're hoping you're going to get it out between 4 and 5.
You're sacked at 5.
Yeah.
5 is a wrap. 5 is a wrap. So arena football is different, though.
Most definitely. But at the same time, I wish we could have receivers shooting out the gaps like that. But at the same time, with the NFL, you got nickels. How would I word this? Your cornerbacks, your free safeties. Mr. Dougie's going to explain on that too, where it's not like arena football where your free safety, he's a cornerback. Yeah. But no,
he's a linebacker.
Quarterback. Defensive lineman.
He plays in the box. They're all over the place. But I mean, your quarterback has to get the ball. If you get the ball out of your hand, you're going to win.
Yeah. In the right place. That is literally what made Tom Brady. He got the ball out fast.
No doubt.
So fast and made the right decision. Mm-hmm. Always. Peyton Manning he threw wide receivers open his entire career. He knew where the wide receiver was going to be.
I don't think he
but no, he threw them open. You go watch. He literally knew where the wide receiver was going to be.
His arm was not that strong. He didn't throw him open.
That's why he knew exactly where that wide receiver was going, where that route was going. And he put it right where it had to be.
Perfect. Might have been a wounded duck by the end of his career, but it got there.
Exactly.
But I'm a firm believer. The system, though, man. It's the system. It's
good teams. Good. That comes from the top down. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to
run the ball, but defense wins championships, dude. It's just like in the NBA. You can score 160 goddamn points every night. But once it comes to playoff times, it's who hits who in the mouth.
So, Doug.
You get all those smart guys. Like when we played Bama and those guys, and Harbaugh didn't want to hand off the goddamn ball on the 1 yard line. You know what I mean? He threw it 4 straight times.
Yep.
That's so stupid. Jeez, I'm so.
Doug, are you cool with the Caleb Williams pick, Doug?
Hey, I am honestly. You know what? And being I worked on radio, national radio, for doing the NFL over the last 7 years. And you know what? I feel very uncomfortable picking out individuals and criticizing them for any reason, even if they didn't deserve it. And, because it always has a way of coming back on you in some capacity. someone either brings it up down the road or whatever. I think he's got tremendous skills. And I think a lot of his success going forward is going to be where he goes, who he's around, who can steer him in the right direction. When I talk about coaches, I mean, San Francisco is a perfect example of a gentleman that's the head coach. He's the offensive coordinator, basically. He does an unbelievable job running that offense, putting players in position to be successful. Then you got other teams out there. Those coaches have no friggin' idea. They don't know how to even run a team. I know because I'm not saying I know everything. I don't know everything. I coached in arena football for like 4 years. I coached in college at Ohio State with the Jets, Falcons. I went down to coach at the Falcons because, I was in Burger King for 20 years. I wanted to find out about how the businessman Arthur Blank ran his Home Depots. So I didn't want to care about the coaching. I was trying to spend time with him year round and ask him questions about Home Depot. How did he advertise? How did he get his sales up? How did he spread the concept? And, so you have to have that inert inside of you. Like, I want to know this. I want to get this. I want to know that. I want to meet that guy. And if you go through there, like you're on automatic pilot, you're not going to get anywhere. And let me just say this on defense. I never was such a good defensive secondary, a defensive free safety is when Dan Hampton and Wilbur Marshall and all those other studs were up on that line, Richard Dent, were ready to destroy people. And the quarterback's like, I'm getting rid of this. I'm getting rid of it as fast as I can because I don't want to get hit. Mike Singletary coming. You know what? That whole line, offense, defense, I'm telling you, it has such a huge impact on everybody that's behind it. Like for example, my first year with the Bears, I don't even start with the Bears. Now, all of a sudden, I'm a starter for the Chicago Bears. At the end of the year, I end up leading the team in tackles at free safety. Now, that had never been done before in the history of the Chicago Bears. How did that happen? There were 10 guys in front of me that let them through.
Yeah.
That's how I won that. And was I aggressive? Yeah. Yes, I was aggressive. But you know what? There's a lot of other safeties that are aggressive too. They're not leading their team in tackles because those guys are already getting knocked down. And it's as simple as that. I would just look at everything up there and say, I don't have a chance. I can't fill a 6 foot wide hole. It's just impossible with Earl Campbell coming through it. I'm sorry. I don't want to do that. He's going to, wear me down.
Yes, he will.
We talk about stars. I'm telling you, there's all those players around them are what make those people stars.
Yeah.
But hey, this, Dougie boy, I'm just going to say this, brother. I would never want to get hit by you, man. And then on the other side, I get hit by Hampton. And then I get hit by number 50. No, man, you guys would cripple me. That's why you guys are just badass. Man, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It was the very tail end of the wild, wild west. Either in the rules in the NFL, you could do almost anything. You get hit. For example, when we got an interception, Buddy Ryan said, destroy the guy, that was intended the receiver, and then the other 10 guys go hit the quarterback. Mm-hmm. This was so funny to watch on film because if I was late in getting there, I would just jump on top of the pile because there was 8 or 9 other guys on that quarterback. There was no penalties. That quarterback, that was it. In the 85 year, 50% of the quarterbacks never finished a game against him.
Okay, Doug, you got to tell me.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
Doug, what is the dirtiest thing you ever had happen to you, like in a dog pile in an old school NFL game? Because I've heard some crazy stories. Like,
this did not only happen to me. You always get the eye gouges. They stick that hand in the face and they're trying to stick your finger in your eye socket. I got bit below the waist. I'm not going to tell you where. You guys can figure it out. I figured that was it. Now nobody saw it because there were 22 people in that pile. And when you first make the tackle, you and that running back are at the bottom of the pile.
Right.
The guys on top. And you can't believe, the stuff that goes on there. I mean, and, this happened to me one time in Detroit, not to me, but one of our linebackers, Doug Buffone, and he's yelling and screaming like he just got shot. And he got up, and the official goes, "What's wrong with you?" And he goes, "I got bit. I got bit." Now, he got bit in the leg. And he goes, "Ah, you didn't get bit in the leg." He pulled his pants up, and there's teeth mark in his legs. He grabbed the penalty, 15-yard penalty, unnecessary biting, I guess, unnecessary roughness. I thought, oh my God, I've seen it all now. This is the NFL, not for long.
Right. Well, cool. Tony, so your final thought is the Broncos are going to end up with a quarterback one way or another in the draft, the first round? Okay, same here. I don't want to give away Surtain to get a quarterback.
It happened, man.
Would you be happy if, I don't know, because you never know until the guy gets a year or two under his belt. But if it's Bo Nix, would you be happy with the Bo Nix?
Actually, I like him. I think he's a great ball player. I'm not knocking him.
And then
I am
before we change topics, I have one tiny question for Mr. Greg Vaughn about his San Francisco 49ers. If one of these like top 10 quarterbacks falls all the way to the end, do you think the Niners pull the trigger?
I think the Niners will take the best player on the board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think.
What's the kid's name from Washington? Because you have kind of the second tier first round guys with Bo Nix and what's the guy's name from Washington? Anybody know? Right off the top of your head. Penix. So like if a Bo Nix or a Penix is sitting there at pick 31 or whatever, the Niners, do you think they would take a chance?
I think the rest of the teams are stupid if either one of them are there at the end of the first round.
Right.
I wouldn't trade Surtain for Bo Nix. I mean he's a special corner.
Dude, Surtain, oh my God, that's like trading.
I wouldn't trade him for Bo Nix.
Like Champ Bailey-ish.
But there's a lot of good quarterbacks, man. Like I said, it just depends on the system. I think whoever drafts the right guy, they have to fit that system. You look at all the you look at the turnover. Like I said, football is my first love. I love football. I mean, I love everything about it. It's the system. I mean, you look at the bad teams. It's like bad teams in baseball. And Tony, you said it earlier. It starts at the top, man. It's not bad just at the bottom. It starts at the top. It's bad at the top, and it's bad in the middle, and then it's bad at the bottom. You know what I mean? So I
think it comes from the top down. How can an organization like the Cleveland Browns, and I hate to use the Browns as an organization, or as the example, but just certain organizations in pro sports, like
look at Andy Reid and Mahomes. I mean, look at that duo. Yep. They do so well. They flow together. They have a relationship. They have a friendship.
The entire franchise, the Hunts in general.
But look at Brady and the Kraft family. See, you had Belichick there that was whatever. But what I'm saying is, then you go to the Cowboys, who I can't stand, and they had one of the best coaches ever. But Jerry wasn't getting attention, so he got rid of the coach, and they've never been the same again. Because he's giving out the end. We just had a no-hitter by the Astros.
Yeah, well,
but, our owner's giving out the goddamn injury report. To me, that's that you're doing too much.
I've complained about this for years because me and Tony were from Denver. I hate this, I know we're a sports talk show, but the Monforts, all sports talk radio in Denver complains about the Monforts. They own the Colorado Rockies. Basically, and then I'll just end on this. This is my opinion. If you're an extremely wealthy person, wealthy enough to buy a freaking sports franchise, you play to win the game. I can't stand ownership that does not constantly try. They look at it like a stock. If they earn 5% on their sports team stock every year, whether it comes from alcohol sales or whatever, then they're fine with that. Like, go put your money in something else,
All I do is win.
Exactly. Like if you're going to buy a sports franchise, you play to win the game. Get out of it if that's not what you're into.
And don't see that there, Spencer.
Oh, I know. I get it. I'm not a billionaire, so I don't know.
Lose 105 games a year, or 100 games, or 90 games, or 80 games. I can't even go any lower because then that means we're in the positive zone for us.
That's what I'm saying. But you own a team to win. You play to win the game.
It's winning. Look at, we gave Arenado away and we gave him $50 million.
I know, that's why I don't want to get too into this, but I'm just saying the point of the entire topic is in some organizations it comes from the top down. So
but business is business. You have to remember, it's not the concession stand. It's the freaking TV revenue. TV revenue is so large right now that the Yes Network pays for the Yankees payroll.
Yeah,
everything else is freaking icing on the cake.
I get that, but the Yankees have that kind of TV revenue because they constantly win. The Rockies constantly lose.
You're right. The Yes Network is big, but when you have national contracts, it's everyone. Every team now has their own channel, and then when they sign that $5-6 billion a year contract with, the MLB or whatever, everybody gets a portion of that. So the TV revenue is why they do what they do. It's the same thing in the fight game and everything else. Let's stream it now, so we're gonna get some more money over here. You gotta watch it.
Can I have some more money?
I think. Oh, sorry, Lamar Jackson. What did Lamar Jackson go in the draft, Bama? Wasn't he like the 28th or 30th pick?
Ozzy used to trade up to like a 31 or 32 to get him right before the end of the first round.
So here's what I'm saying, and I guess because I want to get off this topic, but you're almost better off being, if you're like a Bo Nix or a Penix Jr., being drafted by the 49ers than you are a Cleveland Browns.
For you, good. You got to get off Cleveland. You got to talk about somebody.
I know.
Talk about the Giants. Talk about the Giants. Talk about the New York Giants.
For how long?
I used to use the example of the Detroit Lions, but they're pretty good now.
Talk about the Giants now. Talk about they give the kids $65 million signing bonus, and then say, "Hey, you're not our quarterback." Really?
Yeah.
And so you lose both players.
Yeah.
Stop whining.
Man. So, anyways, okay, cool. We're gonna take a real quick break, and then we're gonna do something a little different, just because.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do? Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
Okay, let's stop with the sound effects for a second. Jason thinks he can beat G Unit at a game we haven't played in a while. Sports logo trivia. So we're gonna do a quick round of sports logo trivia, and we're gonna see just how much Jason, the engineer, knows about sports.
Sorry, brother. I'm going for G Unit, baby. Come on, baby.
So we'll be back in everybody.
Did you see the no hitter? Did you see the no hitter by Blanco for the Astros?
Astros. Yes.
You're gonna laugh. I only wear this hat because I like the colors and it looks good on me. So
I already know. So G Unit's gonna kill you. But the Blanco's no hitter.
Just right now?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's okay. We'll talk about that after we get sports logo trivia done. All right, guys, we're back in a minute and a half. We got to give a shout out to our.
Why sports and tacos? Because we're number one. We try to do things a little different from everybody else, and that's who we are because we party like the big dogs.
Okay, sweet.
So
the big dogs. Okay, guys. Let's see. JG Management, Mr. Jason Glantz. He is all-world type manager of all types of talent, and or who knows in the future, maybe players, stuff like that. Jason Glantz Management. Thanks for helping us out, Jason. Engineering. He's an IT guru, websites, all the things.
Websites, advertising, SEO, all those kinds of things. If you need any of that, just please reach out. Let me know. Thank you.
Yep. We're going to give a shout out to Watering Seeds organization, my buddy Brady Mazzola. They do a ton to help wounded veterans. So definitely I'll have Brady back on the show soon. Brady's a tennis pro, but Watering Seeds is a really great organization. For everybody who has Tubi, I'll do a little shameless self-promotion. Our movie American Comedy, starring Eric Roberts and Dan Lauria, is now streaming on Tubi for free. So go check it out. Funny new movie that we got coming out. We also, Greg's not on at the moment. G Unit, give us your commercial skills.
This is Smoke Lab Vodka. It's a vodka from Punjab, India, that is sold all over California now. You can find it at all the liquor stores. We've got the original vodka, and in the black bottle is aniseed, and it makes a very good espresso martini.
Yeah, Dawn Church with Smoke Lab Vodka. Go get you some Smoke Lab vodka.
Yes.
You have
from a true boozer. I love this stuff. So
is it for sale outside of LA? Do you know?
Yes, New York, the bigger cities.
Bigger cities, got it.
Uh-huh.
So, maybe
So we're not a big city.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe,
I don't think it's in Denver.
not in Denver. Dawn needs to get her hustle on in Denver. Okay, there's also an amazing wine out there, GV23. Mr. Greg Vaughn, tell us about GV23.
All proceeds goes towards the foundation to try to find a cure for diabetes. The Pinot just got best of show, double gold, and this is it, 50. There you go.
Sweet.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Nice.
It's a really pretty bottle.
Thank you. I know about foil, corks, bottles. I know about everything now.
Awesome.
Mr. Vaughn, where can I purchase that?
It's red, Pinot. Man.
Yeah.
Out of here. I'm sorry. When you said Pinot, it could be a Noir or a Grigio, But yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. My bad.
Yeah, you're talking to bartenders right now.
Where can I purchase it?
23wines.com. Right now, I'm in the process of interviewing distributorships because it's like a lifetime contract in Nevada. So if you sign with somebody, it could be the end to be all. So you know what? Just tell me all the rules up front, and then I have a choice. That's it.
Nice. Cool. All right. Awesome. I'm going to give a shout out to Mr. Bill Hammond over at Hammond Entertainment. Puts on the coolest celebrity golf tournaments in the whole world. We'll give a shout out to Memory Lane Incorporated, Mr. Dan Wolkin. If you have any extremely awesome sports memorabilia, he's the man you want to call. The guys from Pawn Stars called him for over 50 episodes of Pawn Stars. Ray Pinetto over at Pro Signatures Memorabilia has the coolest sports memorabilia in the whole world. And I need to give Paul Pratt a call. I'm assuming he's probably over the NFC Championship game by now, and he can come on and pitch his super electrolyte injected, super hydrating Noah water. So thanks to all of our sponsors that help us, make sports and tacos. So anyways, it is time. We're going to play a little sports logo trivia. And as usual, Jason and G Unit have a chance to win a new car.
Oh, wow.
You guys could be driving off in that tonight. Check it out.
Heck yeah.
Pretty sweet.
What car
Okay.
is it?
That is a Porsche. I bet that,
Ooh, you said it.
I'm going to be cheering you guys on. Eat my taco.
What kind of tacos you got, Tony?
the chalupa style, the amazing chalupa style tacos on the Platte River Bar and Grill and a little thing. Yes.
So those are the ones. Those are deep fried, right?
Fried and shelled with goodness. It's nice.
As I tell my tables, it's deep fried and Mexican pita tortillas, and you want the seasoned ground beef because it's so damn good.
Okay, so what we're gonna do here is actually, we don't. I was gonna kill the video for one of you, but we're just gonna go with the timer. So we'll give them hints, guys, but we'll let Jason go first. Let me get the timer going here.
This is embarrassing as a man if I screw all this up. So.
Oh, if you don't, Jason, if you don't get the first one, okay, hold. And the time starts now. Time has begun.
The Pirates.
Give me. Okay, boom. Nice work. Now you're from Pittsburgh, so that was.
I would have to kill myself if I didn't.
That was a total self.
Amen.
Okay, so that was now the next one. The next one, I'm gonna G Unit. Too. Can you kill your video, G Unit?
Let me see. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna kill her video and her sound. Now I'm gonna have to text her to come back on. So, Jason, the next one is harder. Now, if you don't get this one, I'm not gonna say anymore. Jason, give
Clear
me
eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Give me the city, the sport, and the team name. And start now.
Jason loses.
Is that like from like League of Our Own?
It's the father.
Yeah. Think. Their name is a Spanish word.
Tony.
Padres.
Boom. Okay, we gave it away. That was easy. Okay, so 30 seconds. Okay. Boom. Okay.
San Diego.
He's smart, dude. He has a computer, laptop going right now.
I swear to God, that would be no fun to do.
Okay, what sport is that, Jason?
And I really don't want to win a toy. Baseball.
Baseball. Alrighty, cool. So, Jason.
How many sports do they have in San Diego, Jason?
Greg. 3.
Name them.
Well, they don't have hockey, right?
Nope.
Yes. So I don't know.
Hey, Bam, I bet you a beer right now. He messes up.
Basketball.
Nope.
I'm not taking it.
Golf.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. Baseball. I don't know. No one watches the WNBA, so that can't happen there.
Oh,
Jason, you can't say that.
Yeah, you can.
Sorry, my name is Glance, but I'll be called Cancel. You know.
Okay.
What's the next one there, Spency Poo?
How many major sports in San Diego right now?
I don't know.
You got baseball, no hockey, no basketball, no football. 1. The answer is 1.
That's a trick question. I already said it. 1.
I think. Well, you said 1, but he asked you how many. That's all.
Greg, you tricky man.
Okay, G Unit.
That's for all your sound effects.
All right, hold on.
There you go.
Okay, all right, Jason, kill your video.
He can keep his on. Okay.
He can still hear. He can still hear. I can still hear you guys.
Yes, I can still hear.
It does not matter.
Oh, you could still hear us?
Yeah.
All right, fine. Then we're changing it up. Jason, come back on.
Yeah.
All right, G Unit. Give me city, sport, and team name.
Oh gosh. I have no idea.
Looks like a cola logo.
Give us some guesses.
Is it hockey?
Yeah, it's hockey. You got one.
Okay.
And it's not far from where you live, actually.
Okay, so it's not Nashville Predators because I know what they look like.
No, it's not Nashville. Look at like what the logo is of.
5 seconds.
A lot of wind. It's a lot of wind, like a tunnel.
Okay, so it's a lot of wind. You're hot. You're hot with wind. What kind of storm produces a lot?
Hurricanes.
Okay.
Yeah,
You got hockey and you got hurricanes. Where?
North Carolina.
You're
South Carolina.
Should we get the right guys? You're right. Ding, 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 ding. Winner, chicken dinner. Okay. That's the Carolina Hurricanes. All right, we're gonna blast through.
Spencer, tell her what she won.
Well, hold on. We got 2 more. Now you guys are just gonna have to go after it one at a time. This wasn't as fun as I thought it was gonna be. All right, Jason and Alex. Team name. So team name, city, and sport. Jason versus Alex.
Oh yes, you know this. I know this. Yeah, well, I'm saying they should too.
So it looks like it's a D.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be hockey because I have not seen this in baseball.
It's hockey. So G unit. You got hockey. Think Hollywood.
Diamonds.
Yo, Estes.
Dummies.
Dummies.
There's no hockey team named the Dummies. Think Southern California.
Diddy.
That is pretty funny.
Okay, think Orange
I should
County.
get points for creativity.
So we got hockey. Okay,
right.
Think Orange County.
So is there a hockey team in that area?
There is. Think of what big cities are in Orange County.
Where do you live at right now?
Huntington Beach, Anaheim.
Hey! Oh, boom, ding, ding, ding. Who said Anaheim? I
picked up on someone said Estevez earlier, so that's
okay. We're gonna give them
the Mighty Ducks.
Yes. We're giving that one to G Unit.
Thank you. That was the Mighty Ducks.
Quack.
That was the Mighty Ducks.
Oh wow!
The Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Okay, guys. Last
the
one.
End of Emilio Estevez's career.
Because this wasn't as fun as I thought it would be, but maybe it will be. Okay. This one is for the car, just so you know.
A brand new car.
A brand new car. Boom. Go.
The Cubs.
Cincinnati. Colts.
Just kidding.
Oh my God.
Hey, give me this the city, the team name, and the sport.
Thanks, everyone.
It's a C.
Okay, what sport have you said the whole time tonight so far?
Hockey. Okay, so hockey.
Okay, we got hockey.
Montreal.
He's cheating.
He's
am
cheating.
Canadians.
Canadians.
You're an idiot.
Canadians.
I'm giving that to G Unit. G Unit, you just won a new car. Woo! Okay. Okay. We haven't perfected.
I'm gonna go to a trip to Disneyland.
We have not perfected sports logo trivia yet. So we got through NFL draft. Basketball. Sacramento Kings. No, I don't know. You guys want
to talk about the NCAAs, man? That's for basketball right now.
Go Final Four. What are your thoughts on the Final Four, Bama? Of course, you're going to roll tonight.
I think we're playing on house money, and it's going to be UConn versus Purdue. But I'm praying Alabama boys beat UConn. But yeah, I think Purdue wins it all personally. But yeah, but I'm pulling for the tie. Let's go Alabama. We're in the Final Four, first time ever in school history. Final Four, freaking awesome.
Y'all gonna laugh at me. I think it's gonna be Alabama versus NC State.
Ooh.
And I see NC State upsetting as a number 11 coming in and winning the whole thing.
Don't take Alabama to the championship. At least get them to win the damn game. Come on.
Hey, man, you've already made history going to the Final Four, boy.
That's true. It is.
Huh?
Doug Plank, did you do anything with the with the March Madness this year, Doug?
Yeah, usually I'm choosing the losing pick. So that's the only thing I go for greatness at. And you know what? When you watch teams change throughout the season, though. The ones at the beginning are not the ones at the end. So you have to look at those last 10 games that they played. You know, but I still feel there's so much energy in this Final Four. I mean, America they love this episode, this sport, and the incredible tension and competition that it brings. I just love watching those games at the end because these guys are just putting their heart into it. It isn't as much interaction as it used to be because of the longer shooting now, but it's still a tremendous event to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
A lot of storylines with all four of those teams, man. You got UConn trying to repeat for the first time since the mid 2000s.
Yep.
Alabama first ever Final Four. I mean, NC State in the Final Four since Jimmy Valvano's magic run in 1983. We all know Jimmy Valvano.
Yeah.
And then of course you got Purdue for the first time since '80. Dude, there's a lot of good storylines in this tournament right here. Yes, it's gonna be a fun tournament.
Yep.
What do you liking anybody, Greg Vaughn?
Oh yeah, for sure. I got UConn, Purdue in the final.
Yeah.
UConn. I have UConn winning.
We're gonna upset UConn, baby. We're gonna upset UConn.
Hey, Bama. You guys have won me a lot of money though. I bet on you guys.
Good job. Yes.
G-Unit, did you fill out a bracket, G-Unit?
I got exactly what
Kansas.
Bama has, UConn and Purdue, but I have UConn winning
Nice.
the whole thing. Yeah.
I did not fill out a bracket.